Hello everyone, my name is Prabhat and welcome to p3clouds.com. In today's episode, we are going to talk about lifecycle hooks in LWC. So what are the lifecycle hooks? As per Salesforce documentation, a lifecycle hook is a callback method triggered at a specific phase of component instance lifecycle. It means, let's take an example. Let's say there is a company called ABC and the company has created one page, LWC page, which shows the list of account records. So when a user navigates to LWC page, he will be able to see account records, as well as there are some callback methods which gets called during the life cycle of page load behind the scene. So there are around 6 callback methods, which are in this episode I'm covering 4 which are most important. So the first method, which is called when in the process of life cycle in the LWC, is a constructor. So in constructor, what you can do, you can initialize the constructor, initialize the objects, and you can assign the value in the object. You cannot do DOM manipulation in constructor, as when constructor is called, the DOM is not inserted in the component. The second callback methods, which called connectedCallback. We can use this method to initialize the data. Like we can fetch the data from Salesforce and then show it on Lightning page on the page load. The third method is rerenderCallback. Use this method to perform any kind of logic after a component is rendered. It means the DOM is inserted on the page. We can call this rerenderCallback to perform any kind of logic on the page. And the fourth one, disconnectedCallback. This callback method will be called when you navigate to another page or leave the page. So we will go back to the VS Code and we will see how these lifecycle hooks works in the Salesforce. So I'm on the VS Code, and in the VS Code I have created couple of methods. So the first method is constructor. In constructor, it's mandatory to define super. If you don't define, the VS Code will throw an error. Then I have defined connectedCallback, then rerenderCallback, and then disconnectedCallback. So I'm going to show you an example where I'll show you that the sequence of execution of these methods. So the first, the constructor will be called, and then this console.log will be printed in the browser, and after that the connectedCallback will be called, then rerenderCallback, and then disconnectedCallback. So let's go back to the Salesforce. So here I am on the page. I'll inspect the element, and I'm on the console tab. Let's clear all the logs, and then I'll refresh the page. Okay, so when you refresh the page, you can see here constructor called first when the component initializes, and then connectedCallback, then rerenderCallback. And when we navigate to other page and then come back to the our lifecycle hook page, the disconnectedCallback should be called. So let's go back to account page. Okay, and then let's come to lifecycle hook page. So if you see here, the disconnectedCallback called, and then followed by constructor called, connectedCallback called, and rerenderCallback. So this is how lifecycle hooks in Salesforce LWC works, and these methods are part of life cycle of LWC. Thank you.